Borada, good morning. How are you? And I hope you're well this morning. I wish I could get rid of that reflection on my glasses. I've tried a new kind of light and it just doesn't work, does it? And if I take my glasses off, I can't read the other bit of the screen, which has got what I want to read to you. And hey, here we are. It's another good day today, and I wanted to share with you something that came up in morning prayer for myself. I try and pray morning prayer every morning. It's we're actually expected to, as clergy, to pray morning prayer and evening prayer. And I will be brutally honest with you, there are the occasional day where it doesn't happen. But this morning when I was praying, there's always a section from the Old Testament, a psalm, and a section of the New Testament, along with canticles and prayers, and you know how morning prayer is fleshed out. This morning's psalm was Psalm 40, and I wondered whether it had been chosen because they know we'd be in Advent, whether it was just lucky. It's a long psalm. I'm not going to read it all to you. I'm just going to read you the first 4 or 5 verses. Are you ready for this? Psalm 40. I waited patiently for the Lord. He turned to me and heard my cry. He lifted me out of the slimy pit, out of the mud and mire. He set my foot on a rock and gave me a firm place to stand. He put a new song in my mouth, a hymn of praise to our God. Many will see and fear the Lord. Many will see and fear the Lord and put their trust in him. Blessed is the one who trusts in the Lord. I love it. I waited patiently for the Lord, and he turned to me and heard my cry. And I thought, I don't think I've ever waited patiently for anything. I've waited, of course, but I'm not sure the word patient could be attached to the wait. Are you a patient person? Do you wait with patience, or are you a sort of push it on and get on with it kind of person like me? There's that whole thing, isn't there, about patience is a virtue. And I did hear a jokey prayer once. You've probably heard this too. Dear Lord, give me patience, but please be quick. Amen. I thought patience. And of course, Advent is about waiting, isn't it? And about being patient. And we have the colour purple, which tells us it's a time of penitence and a time for reflecting on about how to improve ourselves. But it's not like Lent, because it's more of a sort of pregnant waiting, because we know that we're waiting for the birth of a baby. And that's exciting, isn't it? So that patience that's required through Lent is an expectant, hopeful, really hopeful patience. But patience isn't a great skill of mine, and it's possibly not a great skill of yours either. And I wondered about it, and I was thinking it all comes back to that whole thing about things in God's time, not in our own, and how we have to let go of our own context and our own concept of what time might look like. And we might think we've waited an awfully long time for something to happen, and in fact, in the biggest scheme of things, we didn't wait very long at all. I always think of the woman bent double for 18 years, and it seems terribly cruel that it was 18 years before Jesus straightened her up. But actually we don't know what was going on during those 18 years to prepare her to be made well. And we don't know what place those 18 years had in her full life. They might have been, in the end, a very small part of her story. And it's that idea, isn't it, that our time on this earth is but a blink of God's eye, and people that we've been separated from through death or other circumstances, it's just a moment in eternity, and that doesn't make it any easier, I know. But we do have to have this thing about in God's time, not in ours. And that's where the patient thing comes in. It's a daily chore for me to remember to be patient and to think about doing things in God's time. I wonder, are you any good at that? Are you willing to let things unfold in God's time, or are you a driver and someone determined to push it on in your own time, even if that's not really what God has planned? I don't have any words of wisdom on all of that. It's just a reflection, really, and that sometimes when we're frustrated and we're not sure of where we're supposed to be going, or when things are just feeling a bit stuck. Maybe that's because we're on our own time agenda rather than God's. And if we just allow God to choose the pace, and if we are patient with his timing, perhaps it will all work out. So we've got to be patient for Christmas for a few more days yet, haven't we? 23 days. Actually, that doesn't sound long enough. I'm prepared to be patient for a little longer, given what I have to get done between now and then. But hey, I think that might be all I'm going to say for you today. Go and have a look at Psalm 40 if you like, and if you need to be reminded about the joy of patience. That's what I'm going to call this one. Have a good day, and I will see you soon. Lots of love and God bless. Bye bye.